Hi guys, Casper MMA here, and today back with another UFC prediction video on the channel. Today giving my predictions for UFC Seattle, Adesanya versus Pyfer. Now, we're kind of at a dodgy setup at the minute. I've just got working on my laptop because I've left my computer down at my uni house. So I've got we're going to make through it. I didn't realize there was UFC on every week pretty much at the minute. I mean, that's probably why the quality's been so bad, because we're getting literally a product every week. But I mean, I'm not complaining. Give me something to watch. But we did very well on picks on the UFC London card. We only got 2 wrong in the whole card. I mean, everywhere we shouldn't have got right. That should have been a draw, but we'll take the decision for the picks. But yeah, overall, pretty decent card. We would have got some profit there. So moving on to this week, we have a decent card. So I'm going to give my predictions for it today. But before I do that, make sure you guys are around here and you're enjoying this content, you go down below and hit that subscribe button. It's free and it's much appreciated. So there's 13 fights on this week's card. We kick things off the first prelim of Alexia Thainara versus Brasil. Now, a battle of 2 Brazilian women here. We have Thainara, who's a 13-1 record, Brazilian woman, 28 years of age. She looked pretty good. She came to the UFC, to be fair. I think I've not backed her in a first fight because I wasn't too sure about it. I thought Molly McCann would get the victory there, but she proved me wrong. Got the submission there. Then just beat Lopes in the last fight, which is impressive, to be fair, because Lopes is a talented woman. Around that, she's got a pretty decent record. Only 1 loss, quite a few submission wins in her career. She's fighting Brasil, who is 11-6-1 record, so not as impressive, but just 32 years of age, 3-4 in the UFC. So literally her whole UFC career has gone win-loss, win-loss, win-loss. So she's coming off a loss against Ketlin Souza in her last fight. I mean, every fight she's had in the UFC 20 decision, apart from the first one, which she got KO'd in. But yeah, she's just a very average UFC fight. Also has a win over Molly McCann, but has lost to Lopes. So doing a bit of math here, that says Thainara wins. And honestly, I think she does. I feel like she's definitely the better woman here. She's on the come up. She looks pretty good. So I'm going to back Thainara to win by decision. Next up, we have Ricky Simón versus Adrian Yanez. Now, Ricky Simón is a 22-7 American man, 33 years of age now. He's doing all right recently, to be fair. Hasn't had the worst record. Did lose his last fight in the UFC, but before that, I mean, that was to Barcelos. But before that, he beat Simón, beat Jared Basharat in a crazy KO, and then before that, yeah, wasn't on a great run. But he's kind of turned it around. I mean, in total, he's 10-6 in the UFC. He's just a very solid fighter overall. His opponent, Yanez, I don't think he's fought in a while, to be fair. He's a 17-6 record, another American man, 32 years of age. Yeah, hasn't fought since December 2024. Lost a split decision to Daniel Marcos, who, to be fair, wasn't defeated at the time, 16-0. So not a bad split decision lost there. Before that, had a KO, but then got leg kick KO by Martinez, got KO by Rob Font before that. Did a very good start to his UFC career, getting like a bonus in every one of his fights. But I'm not sure if he wins this one, to be honest. I think it'll be close. I definitely see this going to decision. I'm not seeing any of these guys getting a KO. I don't think Simón's recreating that Basharat KO anytime soon. So I'm going to back Simón to win this one. I feel like he's just the more solid fighter. I'm going to back Simón to win by decision. Next up on the card, we have Navajo Stirling versus Bruno Lopes. Now, Stirling is an 8-0 New Zealand man, 28 years of age. Now, he's had 3 fights in the UFC since he won the Contender Series. Got KO in the Contender Series, but hasn't been able to recreate that. Has 3 decision wins in a row, which, to be honest, I expected him to KO, like Takos Bellato. But he's got the job done at least. He's got the decision wins. And overall, he's looking pretty good, to be fair. He's fighting Bruno Lopes here, who's a 14-2 Brazilian man. I mean, this guy isn't the greatest fighter ever. I feel like it's just another kind of layup for Stirling to get another win here. But he's not the worst fighter ever. I mean, he lost to Dustin Jacoby in his last fight by KO, got KO'd on the Contender Series as well, and then obviously came back, won his second time on the Contender Series. But has 1 good win in the UFC over Gadzislav. God knows what I just said there. Got a decision win over an undefeated guy, but then lost in his last fight. So I don't know. I feel like this just is setting up another win for Stirling here. Maybe he'll cause an upset. Don't think he will. So I'm going to back Stirling to win this one. And maybe he'll find a KO in this time. But I reckon the safe pick is Stirling to win by decision. And now we move up to another women's fight. Casey O'Neill versus Gabriela Fernandes. Now, O'Neill, Scottish woman, 10-2 record, 28 years of age. Hasn't been doing too well. I mean, she got a win in her last fight against Luana Santos, but before that, she was on a 2-fight losing streak. I mean, that was the 2 first losses in her career, because she did go 4-0 in the UFC before that, with some decent wins, got quite a few finishes as well. But then she got finished by Lipski, then lost to Maia as well. But she's bounced back on a winning streak at the minute. She's fighting Fernandes, the Brazilian woman, who is 11-3, 32 years of age. She is on a 3-fight winning streak at the minute, with some decent wins as well. She managed to sub Kong Wang, then beat Stolyarenko in her last fight. So overall, she's a pretty solid woman. Lost to some good fighters in the division, like Deshuda Vicious. So overall, I mean, this should be another close one. It's a women's fight. It's always going to be close. There's never a clear winner. So I'm going to be backing the Brazilian woman here in Fernandes to get the job done. I mean, honestly, I can see either of them winning a decision here. I'm not seeing a finish, to be honest. But I think Fernandes does win this fight by decision. Now, moving up to some heavyweights now. Marcin Tybura versus Tyrell Fortune. Now, Tybura is the Polish man. I don't actually know how old he is now. Probably 42 or something, I guess. I mean, he's getting on quite a bit at this stage in his career. I mean, he's a 27-10 record Polish man, 40 years of age now, so not as old as I thought. But, he's still getting wins. Did get KO'd by Delija in his last fight. That got some hype on Delija, which just went straight down. He's lost his last 2 fights. But to be fair, he's still got it. Beat the young Mick Parkin in his last fight before that. Beat Denise, both guys undefeated, showing he's probably his gatekeeper stage of his career at the minute. I mean, yeah, he's got wins over Tuvasa, but then lost to Spivak, Tom Aspinall. Loses to most people at the top of the division, but has got a lot of wins himself. So he's 14-9 in the division, cements himself in one of the best heavyweights in the top 10. He's fighting Fortune, who is a 17-3 American man, 35 years of age, so also on the later end of his career, coming from Bellator. I mean, that's not where he fought last, but he was Bellator and PFL man. Went to 13-2 in Bellator, 1-1 in PFL. I mean, overall, he was a decent fighter. Had some all right wins, not too many losses. And then his last loss was in PFL. Then he went on a 3-fight win streak outside the PFL. God knows who he's been fighting, to be honest. But he's been getting the job done. He's got 3 KO wins, so impressive. That's why he's got the call up to the UFC. But I think this is a big step up here, fighting Marcin Tybura. I mean, I suppose Delija did do it, came in, got the KO, but is this really the same story? I'm not sure it is. So I reckon Tybura is going to win this fight. I reckon he's going to take him down, do stuff to him, and then win by decision. Now, moving up the card to Chase Hooper versus Lance Gibson Jr. Now, Chase Hooper, 16-4-1. American man, 26 years of age. Interesting UFC career, to be honest. Wasn't a really good run, and then fought Alexander Hernandez in his last fight, and then got KO'd in round 1, which was very surprising to me. But before that, yeah, very good run. We got KO'd guys Steve Garcia, then went on to win 5 in a row. Beating up some old dudes, to be honest. Beat Clay Guida, then beat Jim Miller. So I suppose wasn't beating 2 people that impressive, but still. He is still a good fighter, 8 wins by submission in his career. His opponent is the Canadian man, Lance Gibson Jr., who's 9-2, 31 years of age. Came from Bellator, came to the UFC, fought King Green in his first fight, was meant to split decision. I can't remember if I even watched that fight, but I think it might be I don't know if should have been a split decision or King Green won that comfortably. I'm not really sure, but to be honest, King Green isn't the worst fighter, so it's not the worst loss to have, especially in debut. Coming against King Green is quite a stretch to fight, a hard fight. But overall, I just don't think Gibson Jr. has that impressive of a record, especially fighting some cannons in Bellator and that. So I reckon this should be an easy win for Chase Hooper. He might get a finish. Hope he does. But I think I'm going to pick Chase Hooper to win by decision. Now, moving up to the last prelim on the card, we have Ignacio Bahamondes versus Tofik Musayev. Now, Bahamondes is a Chilean man, 17-6 record, 28 years of age. I mean, I thought he was doing all right. I mean, his only loss a couple fights ago was against Ludwig Klein, who's a good fighter. But around that, he had some good wins. I was on a 3-fight win streak, all wins by finish as well. Sub Jane and Turner, KO'd Torres, KO'd Giagos. He was on a good run, then fought Fiziev, and then lost by decision in that fight. But obviously, Fiziev is a good fighter, to be fair, so not surprised he lost that. Both guys are pretty good. But he's fighting Musayev here, who's an Azerbaijan man, 22-6 record, 36 years of age, so he's quite old, to be fair. I mean, he's only had one fight in the UFC as well, so he came pretty late to the UFC, coming from Bellator and Rizin and some other promotions. But fought Orobai in his first fight. I mean, that's a hard fight. Orobai is so good. Got subbed in that fight pretty quickly. But around that, I mean, he's pretty impressive outside the UFC. He's got a lot of wins by KO, 18 in total. Lost by submission 4 times. And yeah, overall, I feel like he's an all right fighter, but I feel like he's come to the UFC a bit too late. He's 36 now. And yeah, I'm not sure he wins this fight. I mean, Bahamondes, very good. Is coming off a loss, but against a very skilled fighter. So I'm going to back Bahamondes to win. And I reckon he gets the decision. Moving up to the main card now, we have Terence McKinney versus Kyle Nelson. Now, Terence McKinney, he's a fun fighter. You've got to respect it, man. He's 17-8, American man, 31 years of age. Never been to decision. Don't think he plans to in this fight either, to be honest. I mean, he's like, he never gets a winning streak going, to be honest. I mean, apart from like he gets like a 2-fight winning streak and then just fights someone that absolutely like blasts him, something like that. I mean, he's been KO'd so many times. He's got 8 wins in total by KO in his career, being KO'd 5 times himself, 9 wins by submission, been subbed 3 times. So overall, he's still got more wins than he has losses in the UFC. And I feel like he is a good fighter. I mean, he was on a 2-fight winning streak, then fought Chris Duncan, but we've seen what Chris Duncan's been doing to people. He's going to do nasty things to Moicano. I think they're fighting out late. I don't know. But yeah, I mean, Terence McKinney, we knew he was going to lose that fight. But I mean, around that, he is a good fighter. His defense isn't that great, we've got to say. But he's fighting Kyle Nelson, who is a Canadian man, 17-6 record, 34 years of age. Currently 5-5 in the UFC. Quite a different fighter to Terence McKinney as well, to be fair. Has been KO'd and finished quite a few times, to be honest, Nelson. So there's definitely openings for McKinney here. Was on a good winning streak of 3 fights in a row. And then fought Steve Garcia, got KO'd, but did beat Matt Favola in his last fight. So that's quite impressive, to be fair. So there is a chance that definitely a high chance Nelson gets a KO victory here. I mean, it's not out the window with how Terence McKinney gets finished, but I'm backing Terence McKinney here. I feel like he's going to blitz Nelson in the first round here. I can just see it happening. And I reckon McKinney wins by KO. Now, moving up to a very interesting fight here. Mansour Abdul-Malik versus Yusuri Belgaroui. Now, this fight is very hard to pick. I was looking at this for a while. I was like, damn, these guys are actually quite good. But we have Abdul-Malik, who's undefeated, 9-0-1. American man, 28 years of age. His one draw was to Cody Brundage, which was overturned in that thing. But around that, he has a pretty good record, obviously. All finishes in his fights, 7 wins by KO, 2 wins by submission. Got the submission win against Tricoli in his last fight by standing guillotine. But before that, I mean, he's just blitzing people. He got a couple of KOs on the contender series, then in the UFC as well. So he's definitely one to watch. He's a very good fighter. He's fighting another good fighter, though, Tunisian man, Belgaroui, who is 9-3 in total, 33 years of age. Has fought twice on the contender series, got lost a decision to Tulio, and then went back, fought a couple of times, then fought again on the contender series, got a KO win. Then fought in his first fight in the UFC, fought Bakoev and got a KO in round number 3 there, which is very impressive to fair, because Bakoev is a really good fighter. So him getting that KO in was quite an upset, I think. I think he was the underdog there, so I was surprised. But shows he's a very good fighter. I mean, he's quite tall as well. He's 6'6", so that makes him quite a hard fighter to fight against. Quite a long guy. Obviously, like yes, had a load of kickboxing fights where he beat like Alex Pereira, also lost to him in that as well. But that's where he got famous, I'm pretty sure, and came to the UFC. So obviously, both these guys very good in the division. I don't know if you call them prospects, but like prospects in the division. You know what I'm saying? Like ones to watch. So should be a fun fight. Got to say. I have a really strong feeling this is going to go to decision here because both these guys love a finish. But I'm going to back Abdul-Malik here to get the finish. I'll put a little bit on the decision here. We'll see. But I'm backing Malik to win by KO. Now, next up on the card, we have Julian Erosa versus Lerian Douglas. Now, Erosa is 31-12 now in his UFC career. 36 years of age. I mean, he's getting on a bit. He's had a lot of fights, 9-8 in total in the UFC. Was actually on a really good run. He was on a 3-fight winning streak, all 2 wins by guillotine, 1 win by KO against Darren Elkins. But then he fought Ezequiel Costa, who is on a really good run at the minute, and lost a decision there, but not surprising. The 36, who's the up-and-coming prospect. But overall, very decent career, I'd say, for Erosa. Has a lot of wins, always been quite solid. Loves a submission win. 14 in total, has 12 wins by KO as well. So he's always fun. Gets some finishes. He's fighting a Brazilian man here, Douglas, who's 13-5. 30 years of age. I mean, he hasn't fought in the UFC yet, but fought on the Contender Series, got a round 1 KO over Cam Teague. And this guy loves to finish as well. I mean, he's got 7 wins by KO in his career. I mean, his last 5 fights in a row have all finished by KO. So, in the LFA and stuff, I remember picking this guy. If you've watched my LFA predictions, this guy's good. But I feel like he's going to come in here, and this should be an easy victory for him. I mean, maybe not. Maybe Erosa's experience will play out here. I mean, that's always a factor. But I can see maybe a sub for get Erosa catching a guillotine. I can see that happening. But I think the safer pick here and the more logical one is Douglas to win by KO. Next up, we have Michael Chiesa versus Niko Price. Now, this is Chiesa's retirement fight, and I mean, you've got to respect it, man. I mean, the UFC must love this guy because obviously. He works for the UFC, doesn't he, and stuff. And it's his last 3 fights have clearly been handpicked for him against the ghost of Tony Ferguson, the ghost of Max Griffin, ghost of Court McGee, all these old guys he's been fighting, been getting the job done as well. 2 wins by submission, got a decision against Court McGee as well. So I mean, he's had a very good UFC career. You've got to say 14-7, 38 years of age now. Time to hang it up, go pursue your job on the panel and that for the UFC. I mean, respect. I mean, he's had a good career. So fought some very good opponents as well. So just overall a very solid fighter in his prime. Niko Price, on the other hand, I mean, the UFC must love him as well because he just turns up to give these guys he gave Robbie Lawler his retirement win and stuff. So if they need the guy that they want to retire, just throw in Niko Price. He'll throw the fight for you, get a loss, and then. But overall, I mean, he's not had many wins recently. I mean, I guess they're just keeping him around because if they want someone to finish him, then just throw him in there and he gets finished. But he's had 1 win, to be fair, in his last 6 fights. I mean, how bad is Alex Morono? Let's just say that. But around that, yeah, lost his last 3 fights. Jacoby Smith, Veretenikov, Femba Garimbo. He's fought a lot of people as well. He's 8-10 in the UFC with 2 no contests. But this is a pretty easy one. I mean, Chiesa will win this fight. I mean, there's no chance Price is pulling off an upset in Chiesa's retirement fight. No way. But we've got Chiesa winning here. I'm not sure. I mean, I'm going to pick him to win by submission. To definitely see a KO, a little ground and pound finish or something like that. Price just covers up and then lets Chiesa beat him to death. But yeah, I reckon Chiesa will win this pretty convincingly. So I'm going to back Chiesa to win by submission. Now we move up to the co-main event, Alexa Grasso versus Maycee Barber. Now, pretty interesting women's fight here, both top of the division. So looking for another title shot. Probably Grasso here, the Mexican woman, 16-5 record, 32 years of age. I mean, if you look at her last 5 fights, I mean, she's fought Shevchenko 3 times in that. I mean, that split draw to Shevchenko the second time was one of the weirdest scorecards I've ever seen. Who is scoring that 10-8 in that last round to Grasso? So bad. I think Shevchenko should have definitely won that. But she got a win, a draw, then a loss to Shevchenko. And then, but I mean, Shevchenko is still proving she's the best women's fighter. I mean, that win over Zhang Weili as well. I mean, she's just very good. So that the fact she managed to beat her that time was very impressive, to be fair. But then she lost to Natalia Silva, who is also top of the division. I mean, she's a good fighter. So not the best of run recently, but she's fighting Maycee Barber here, who's a 15-2 American woman, 27 years of age. She's on a very good run at the minute. I mean, she hasn't lost since her first fight against Grasso in 2021. And then since then, she's been like a 7-fight winning streak or 8. I don't know. She's a lot of fights, to be honest. Most of them going to decision. She's had 1 win by KO against Ribas. But she's a dog, to be fair. She's a very good fighter. Do like watching her fights. And I feel like, you know what? This is going to be a very close one. Either of them can win this fight very easily. Like, I can definitely see either of them getting this win. But I think I've got to back Grasso to win this one. I mean, obviously, they've had very different paths since they first fought. But I feel like Grasso just has the skills to beat her again. You know, I feel like she definitely does. She's got that top level experience fighting for the title and that as well. Maybe Bout, it's only 3 rounds, so Bout can definitely steal 2 here very easily. So we'll see what happens. But I'm going to back Grasso to win by decision. And now moving up to the main event, Israel Adesanya versus Joe Pyfer. Now, Adesanya is the Nigerian man, 24-5 record, 36 years of age. I mean, he's not had a fun time recently since like 2023 when he KO'd Alex Pereira. He's just been losing fights, lost to Sean Strickland, lost to Dricus du Plessis, lost to Mavov. I mean, that Mavov loss was like the last nail in the coffin for me. That Adesanya's finished, man. He's just like not good anymore. He's getting a bit too old now, and yeah, I don't think he has it in him for these like high level fights, for these guys fighting for title shots and that. I don't think he's not got it in him. I mean, we'd have to see. Maybe he wins this, fights like Dricus or Sean Strickland or someone again. Like, we don't know. We'll see what happens. But he's definitely probably not got that many fights left in him at this age in the middleweight division. I don't know. We'll see. But he's fighting Joe Pyfer here, who's the American man, 15-3 record, 29 years of age. Definitely coming up the division, you know, got a little setback against Jack Hermansson. Got kind of fraud checked, I should say. But to be fair, bounced back pretty well. KO'd Barrialt, beat Gastelum, then subbed Abus Magomedov in his last fight. So overall, pretty good. 6-1 in the UFC. And I feel like, I don't know if the UFC, what the UFC are doing in this matchup, if they like, I don't know if Israel thinks he's going to win this fight or like, I don't know. But I feel like Joe Pyfer has got to win this fight. I mean, Adesanya's washed in the minute. Maybe he pulls it off by decision. That's the only way I see Adesanya winning this, is taking him to them 4th and 5th rounds and then winning the fight. But I mean, early on, I think Joe Pyfer's just going to be the better fighter. And I feel like there's so many ways Pyfer wins this fight. So I reckon I'm going to back Pyfer to win by decision. So there we have it. There are my picks for UFC Seattle. Let me know down in the comments if you agree or disagree with my picks. And that's all for today's video. If you guys enjoyed me, leave a like, hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.